Hey guys, welcome back to the most inconsistent channel on this platform, Jake Teaches Uke. Today I'll be teaching you another Jake Shimabukuro song called Blue Roses Falling. Now instead of playing it all the way through then teaching it to you, I'm going to play it and teach it section by section, so here we go. Now I just want to reiterate that I do not learn these songs from tabs. I zoom in on Jake Shimabukuro's hands and other covers. I zoom in on their hands and try and play along with them and just interpret it for myself. So it's not spot on, but it's close. Here's the first section of the song. To start the song, you're going to make what I call a lazy G. You're going to bar the last three strings in the 2nd fret and place your middle finger on the E string 3rd fret. Just like that. Next, you're going to place your pinky on the 5th fret A string. So now it's a finger plucking pattern. Your index finger is going to be on the E string, your middle on the A string, and your thumb on the G string. And this is the first pattern. So while holding this down, you're going to go index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index. And this is the rhythm. Just like that. Once you reach the index finger, the 3rd time you're going to lift off your middle finger off of the E string. And then it changes. The finger pattern changes here. It goes index, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, thumb. So one more time. Again. So let's do those first two patterns. Lift. Again, slower. Now once you reach that point, you're going to lift off the index finger completely, and the only thing on the fretboard is the 5th fret A string held down by your pinky finger. And the pattern is the first one we did. So it's index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index. And the 3rd time, again, once you reach the index, you're going to bar the last 3 strings again. And do that 2nd pattern. So I know it's kind of confusing, let's take it slow. Lift. Let's play it again, slow. And that's the first part. Alright, on to the 2nd section. You can't make a lazy G here, but you're just going to make a regular G, just like this. Middle finger on the A string, 2nd fret, index finger, 2nd fret C string, 3rd fret E string with your ring finger. And you're going to strum down twice with your thumb, and then pull up with your finger, or your index finger, on the A string. Just like that. Alright, so you're going to pluck it twice with your index finger. The second time you're going to lift off on the index finger, then hammer on the 2nd fret, just like that. So it's... Then your index finger is going to come to the E string, pluck it there while your ring finger is holding down the 3rd fret. It's going to pluck it again, this time moving down to the 2nd fret E string with your middle finger. So that pattern so far is this. Right there. Alright? Then you're going to do a strum down and then up real quick. So it's just like that. Then your thumb is going to pluck the E string twice while it's still held down by your middle finger, 2nd fret. And then it's going to move up 1 fret to the 3rd. There's a spider on the microphone. Holy shit. Just like that. Then you're going to pluck with your index finger the A string, and it's open. You're not holding anything down. The only thing that I'm holding down, I'm just moving my middle finger. Just that's all I'm doing. I'm just putting my ring finger on the E string while my middle finger is still on the 2nd fret. That's all I'm doing. Then, right there, you're going to lift everything off except for your ring finger on the 3rd fret E string. So it goes. And you're going to strum through that with just your ring finger on the E string, 3rd fret. So from the beginning of this section. Alright, one more time. Now from there, you're going to come to the C string, 4th fret, and pluck it with your thumb, like this. Alright, so it's going to go thumb, it's going to go 4th fret, 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret. So what I did there is 4th, 2nd, open, 2nd. Then you're going to pluck the E string open with your index finger, and then pluck the G string open with your thumb. So from the 4th fret C, so right there I'm just placing my middle finger on the E string 2nd fret after it's open, so like that. So from the 4th fret C, and you strum all the way through with your thumb, and then another up down. So, or up down up. So let's take it really slow from the beginning of this section. See what I did there? I went from this last, where I'm just holding those two, to the beginning section. So I'm making that lazy G, placing the pinky finger on the 5th fret, and going back into the first section. Alright, let's try it again a little bit faster. So the first two patterns loop together. So I'll play that for you right now. So it goes like this. You see how I went back into that first section? So what you're going to do is go from the first section to the second section, back into the first, and then you go into the second section that's a little bit different. That leads into this third one. Alright, so here's the second section leading into the third, so there's a slight variation. So you start off just as before. So you see what I did there? It's a slight variation. So let's go to the open 4th. Let's start from there. So it goes right there, that's a hammer on. So I pluck the open string and then hold it down with my middle finger. So it's that's that pattern. So hammer on, open, 2nd, 3rd on the E string. Let's take it from the 4th fret C string. Here we go. From there, you make an E minor. So that's the index finger on the A string, 2nd fret, middle finger, E string, 3rd fret, and C string, 4th fret with your ring finger. So it's just like that. And that change that I'm doing, I'm just moving my index finger and my middle finger into the 3rd fret, holding down the C and E string. That's it. And the rest are open. So it's, and that's the strum pattern. Down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up. And you change right in the middle of that. So watch the change. From that, you're going to make a G chord. You remember? And that's the strum pattern. And in the middle of that, you're going to lift up on your middle finger. You hear that? Right after that, you're going to take the same fingering and just move it up 2 frets. Right here. Now, what you're going to do is place your pinky finger on the 5th fret A string. And you're going to strum once with it on, once with it off. So from the G, it goes. One more time. Better. Let's take the second section variation and take it into the third section. I'll show you how it goes. So that's how it flows together. Alright, so this is more of like an accented strumming part. So what you're going to do is you're going to make an A minor, and that's your index finger on the G string 2nd fret. You're going to strum through twice, and then an up, down, up. And then on that first up, you're going to place your middle finger on the 2nd fret A string. You hear that? Then you're just going to strum through just like that. And what I did there, instead of placing it on the A string, I'm placing it on the E string 2nd fret. So the whole pattern is. You hear that? Alright, so you play through that pattern once. Now next, you're going to put your ring finger on the 3rd fret A string, and you're going to accent that 3 times, kind of like, it's sort of like a breakdown. So here's the first part, and I'll tell you when it's coming up. Here it is. Now what I did there is I just pluck the A string 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going from the 3rd, 2nd, open, and then middle finger on the E string again. So, just like that. So let's take it from that section, a little slow. Next. So that next part is, so here's the strum pattern. So it's just down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You're going to accent just like that. You're going from the 3rd fret A string to the 2nd fret A string to the 2nd fret E string. So it's this. And that last one, you're going to move to the 3rd fret E string with your ring finger. Let's take it from the beginning of this section real slow. Here it is. Alright, one more time. Next, you're going to make either a regular G or a lazy G. And you're just going to jam out for two bars. Down, down, up, up, down, up. And then that last down, up, you're going to place your pinky finger on the 5th fret A string. Just like that. right after this, right after that, down up with the accent on the 5th fret A string, you're going to move your pinky to the 7th fret A string and your index finger on the 3rd fret E string. And that's the strum pattern. So it's down, 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 up, up. And whenever that up happens, let's wait for the plane. You're going to move your index finger down to the A string 5th fret. Then it's going to go G, that same thing you did before. And then you're going to start from where you ended last pattern, was, 5th fret A string. And the only thing you're going to move is the index finger 1 fret. See? So let's start it from the beginning of this section really slow. Move. See what I'm doing? Well, you're going to play through that pattern twice. So here it is. Now here's where it changes. So it's the beginning is the same, but you're going to move all the way up to, what is that? 9th fret A string and then 10th fret E string, the index and middle finger. But you're going to strum through, but try and accent those last 2 strings so it's not drowned out by these. Alright? So here's the new pattern. And that's how you're going to strum. You're going to strum through, up, down. And then you're going to come back to the lazy G. Down, up, with the up, being on the 5th fret, A string. And you're going to play this other pattern the same. I don't want to confuse you on how many times it loops, so here's the entire last section. Now from there, you're going to go to the first section again. So lazy G, index or pinky on the 5th fret, and instead of doing the finger plucking pattern, you're just going to be strumming that. And you can end like that. It's pretty much just a jam out section, a crescendo until the end. Now what I'm going to try to do is play through the whole thing with minimal screw ups so you can see how it flows. So here we go. what Jake Shimabukuro likes to do when he's jamming out in that last section, he'll move up to the 7th fret E and C string with his pinky and ring finger, just like that. Then he'll move down the C string to the 6th fret, then the 4th fret, then the 3rd fret. So he's doing this. Something like that. Then he'll move down the C string to the 6th fret with his middle finger, 4th fret, 3rd fret. So it's like so if you want to do that, you can. Thank you guys for watching and sticking around. I know it's huge gaps between my uploads, but thank you so much for subscribing, commenting, liking. If you guys have any ideas on where I should take this channel, what I should do with it, what other content I should make besides ukulele tutorials, I'm open to suggestions. So, thank you.